Hey guys, this is Michael from Velocity Sports Rehab. In this video, we're going to go over some ankle mobility. So the first thing that we'll do is that we'll assess our ankle dorsiflexion. So we'll do a quick and dirty little test. So normally, ankle dorsiflexion should be about 20 degrees. But what we're going to do is we're going to use a dowel, mark off 4 inches from the front of the big toe, and I'm just going to put the dowel right there. And what I'll do, keeping my heel down, I'm going to just lean forward and see how far I get. Do it a couple times so you can kind of establish where you're at. Then we'll switch sides and we'll do the same thing here for the left. Mark off 4 inches from the front of the toe. Come back up. Just a quick and dirty little screen to kind of see how we're doing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on our calf muscles. So your gastroc and your soleus muscle come down, they form the Achilles tendon, and then wrap around. So if you have really tight calves, that has the potential to limit your ankle dorsiflexion. So what we'll do is we'll use a foam roller first. I'm going to place it just below the bottom of my knees. I'll bridge up, and then I'm just going to roll up and down. You can point your toes up and point them away to kind of mobilize in some different areas. What you can also do is you can rotate. So now I'm working the outside of my right calf and the inside of my left. And then we'll switch sides here. Now we're doing the left outside, the right inside. If you need to put a little bit more pressure, what you can do is we'll just put one leg on the foam roller. What I'll do, I'll cross over my left. And then, same thing, I'm just going to roll from just below the bottom of my knee to about the Achilles tendon. Again, you can rotate to the side. Now I'm getting the outside. And then I can rotate to the inside and get the inside as well. So if you follow the tissue around the ankle, you have your gastroc and your soleus, which form your Achilles tendon, and then they wrap around the ankle into the plantar fascia. So if the plantar fascia is really stiff, it can affect your ankle mobility. So what we'll do is we'll take a golf ball, and what I'm going to do is I have 3 points that I like to kind of focus on. The joint underneath the big toe, and the little toe, and then the heel. That kind of makes a triangle. So I'm going to roll a ball in between all 3 of those spots. So I'm just going to roll here. First part is really general, just looking for any sensitive areas. When I feel a sensitive area, that's the part that you'll target. And so for me, I feel a little bit more on the inside of the arch here. So I'm just going to roll up and down on that arch. You can attack it from a couple different positions as well. So you can go from toes to heel, but then you can also go from inside to outside, and then outside to inside. Just trying to get it from a couple different angles here. And then we'll switch sides. Same thing, kind of just start broad and kind of look around for any sensitive tissue. And then kind of hone in. I'm not as sensitive on my left, but I feel a little bit on the inside of the arch again, so we'll work in through there. What you can do as well, if you need a little bit more pressure, you can pick up your toes, so that way it'll stretch out everything on the bottom of the foot, and then do it again. That should amplify the stretch. So we'll start with a little bit of a stretch using a band or a rope. You can use a belt at home, that works great as well. So what we'll do is I have the band just about at the ball of my foot. That'll be a good anchor for me. And what I'll do is we're going to just start off with a nice gentle stretch, pulling my ankle up towards me. We'll hold for 10 seconds, and then we'll lightly push away, just for a few seconds, and then relax. Hold again for 10 seconds, and then push away for a few seconds, and then repeat. We'll do this 4 or 5 times. And then we'll switch sides. So same thing, I'm just anchoring it at about the ball of the foot. I'm going to pull my ankle up towards me, hold for 10 seconds, and then push away. The goal is to each time gain a little bit more range of motion. So push away again for a few seconds, pull. So for this one, we'll do a banded mobilization for the ankle. What we're going to do is you're going to feel for the front of the ankle and feel for the little divot. I'm going to use a band. It's anchored by a kettlebell right now, but you can anchor to any piece of furniture. What I'm going to do, band right on that divot. I'm going to move my foot out so I feel a stretch, so the band is pulling me back. And what I'll do is keeping my ankle down, or my heel down. I'm just going to work into dorsiflexion. And so for this one, I'm going in 3 kind of different movements. So I'm doing one right over the 2nd and 3rd toe, one out towards the 5th toe, and then one in towards the big toe. And I'm just feeling for any restriction. And when I feel an area that's a little bit more restricted than the others, you can work into that a little bit more. And so, same thing, we're going to feel for the front of the ankle, feel for that little divot. I'm going to put the band right there. Same thing, keeping my ankle down. And just working into some dorsiflexion here. So we'll do a couple of standing stretches as well. The first one we'll do is for the gastroc. So I'm going to keep my knees straight in kind of a lunging stance. Keeping my heel down on the ground, I'm going to lean forward. And so you should feel a nice little stretch on the back of the calf. To stretch some different areas, you can rotate the foot out just a little bit. Repeat the same thing. And then also rotate the foot in. So that way you're stretching a couple different planes. And then we'll switch sides. Same thing, knee straight, lean forward. Going to rotate out just a little bit. And then rotate in, same thing. To stretch the soleus muscle, what you'll do is you're going to bend that back leg, and you're going to repeat the same thing that you did for the gastroc. So you're going to lean forward again, keeping your heel down on the ground. Then you can rotate, and then rotate again, keeping the knee bent, and then switch sides. Same thing, bend the knee, lean forward, trying to keep that heel down on the ground. And I'm going to rotate out, and then rotate in. The final thing to do is to reassess to see if you made any changes. So we'll go back to our quick and dirty little test here. So 4 inches from the big toe, and then just lean forward again, keeping your heel down. Do it a couple times just to see where you're at. And then I'm going to switch sides here. Same thing, 4 inches from the big toe. It's about 20 degrees of dorsiflexion, which is what you want. Keep the heel down.